Yo, it's the Cornerman Radio. We got myself, Boxingeye, Barzini. We back at it. We're talking Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder. Let's cross our fingers. I'm especially crossing my fingers that this fight happens because I want to prove a point to Bars that Wilder is going to destroy Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is going to be signing on the wrong dotted line. But, you know, Barzini's giving me a hard time about this fight, you know, and I understand, you know, Luis Ortiz, Cuban boxing school, excellent southpaw, good counter puncher, but the slow feet and his hands are, of course, not as fast as Wilder. And the range that Wilder presents in that fight, I feel like that 1-2 down the pipe is just gonna end Ortiz. Ortiz, to me, hasn't looked that great against Malik Scott, Tony Thompson, the other guy he fought when he was signed with Eddie Hearn.
David Allen?
David Allen. He looked excellent, of course, against Brian Jennings. That was the best fight I've seen Luis Ortiz in. But I feel like Luis Ortiz, man, he's an old guy, man. You know, people are hyping this fight up. It could possibly be, excuse me. I just think Wilder's going to wipe him out of there quick, man. I just truly believe that. Ever since we talked about this fight, I'm like, it's not going to happen, though. And if it happens, I'm going to be so happy because I know I'm going to be proved right, man. Stylistically, this is a great matchup for Wilder. I feel like Ortiz would have a better chance winning a belt versus his mandatory, or not his mandatory, but he is the mandatory to Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua, he can counter. He can really counter. I know people are going to say, oh, Wilder's so fucking wild, all this shit. But, yo, all Wilder has to do is that 1-2 down the pipe. Once he lands that, he's going to beat his ass. We're going to find out what type of chin Ortiz has, but I don't think there's no chin out there that can withstand Wilder right now. You know, I know Stiverne stood up dizzy, drunk. He was drunk that whole fight. Wilder beat his ass. But, yo, I'm telling you, man, I really ain't got too much to say. But Wilder, it's a bad style matchup for Ortiz. He ain't as big. He's 6'3". Wilder's 6'7". He gonna land the 1-2 at will. I understand Ortiz gonna be trying to counter him, but by the time he gets hit with the right hand, Wilder is bounцing back with his quick feet. I can't wait to see it, man. Just like everybody that's picking Ortiz, probably everybody that said Felix Diaz is gonna be a tough matchup for Terrence Crawford. But what I tell you, no, he ain't no tough matchup for Terrence Crawford. Hell no. People that were like, oh, J-Rock, I respect J-Rock. But I said, yo, Jamal is on another motherfucking level. You know, I don't get them all right, but I'm boxing out, man. I got the eye of a tiger. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in the ring, man. You got to have that experience. You got to have box to understand. Ortiz, it's a bad style matchup for him. But I'll let you go. But you don't have the balls to pick Ortiz. I'll bet anybody Deontay Wilder wins this fight.
All right. This is my take on this fight. I think my two favorite heavyweights. Wilder is my number one favorite heavyweight. Ortiz is my second favorite heavyweight. This is the fight that I really want to see. I know more people want to see Joshua and Wilder, but this is my fight because I get to see my two favorite heavyweights fighting each other. Now, my thing about this fight, I think this is a 50-50 fight. Like I said before, and over again, behind the scenes, I'm saying the thing about this fight is if Wilder does not drop Ortiz in several rounds or knock out Ortiz, I don't know. I don't see Wilder winning this fight. If this fight goes 12 rounds and no knockdowns, I'm going to favor Ortiz. Now, the thing about this fight is tricky, man. Wilder does a lot of lunging in his fights. throw a lot of haymakers, and every time this dude starts to throw a punch, he's even falling down while he's throwing shots. And if he makes a bad mistake and Ortiz counter him, it might be night-night for Wilder. He can't do that in this fight. A counter-puncher like Ortiz will capitalize on those kind of mistakes Wilder makes. 50-50 fight, I just don't know who I'm going to be raising their hand by the end of the night.